Alright guys, NMRC here with you guys. This is my newest slash oldest build, I guess you could say, if you guys were subscribed back in the day ish, when this barrage first came out. You remember this body with the honcho back end on it, but instead I dovetailed it, and I gotta get model filler and all that to do that and fill in the gaps, since I had to cut it to make it dovetailed and stuff like that to do what I want to do with this. This is going to be my comp crawler if I can get it to crawl correctly, like as good as this guy, the actual scx10 guy here, or 1024, my bad. But anyway, you guys get the drift. So I have a question here. Do you guys, I finally got these in, got the axial scx24 rear end all complete, and the front axle also as well. So my question is, do you want me to further continue the project on this guy and see if we can make it crawl just like this guy with these axles, or if I have to put the tranny from this guy in there too, or what? Or I can put this front axle on the back of that, make it 4-wheel steer, or I can do what I really would like to do, but I kind of want to wait till I get my other crawler, my other scx24 this Friday, because I already put some money on it to hold it. Not this Friday, but in 2 weeks. Anyway, I'm going to make a 6x6 with this little crawler. So I could do it with this guy, I just don't have a body yet to do a 6x. But I have the rear axle right here. I just don't know if the short links would look good and have this axle and tires too close to this guy or not. So that's why I kind of want to wait until I get that second crawler and put two together and make one to make it a proper 6x6. But I guess for now I can slap these on here, see what it does, and then I guess in 2 weeks, if this doesn't crawl good like this one does, and it is the tranny also, or maybe it's just a tranny and these axles will work fine that are on it, which we'll find out, because I will get the tranny that comes out of the scx24 and I'll put it in here too if these axles don't work on it. So I guess I can do a video for now of installing these axles on here and see what it does, and then go from there. But I will make a 6x6 out of this scx24, probably with that second one I get. So if these axles don't work on this, and it is the tranny, not the gearing in the axles, or it could be both, for all I know. And I know a bunch of people put the sumo low C crawler tranny or whatever in there, and I don't want that. The reason why is it's geared way too low to trail run at full throttle the whole time on the regular trail till you get to the rocks or certain areas or whatever. Unlike this guy, this is not geared too low, it doesn't get too hot, nothing. So I don't want that to happen with this. I want to gear it and have it running just like this guy. So anyway, I guess I'll turn on my super bright light so I can see what I'm doing. It's really dark in here, and that light is so bright it's probably going to make the video look ugly, but I will do a video of installing these for you guys, or at least put them on and show you them installed or whatever, because I don't have a tripod or anything like that, and I'm using a cell phone. So bear with me, guys. Let's install these axles. Alright guys, I'm gonna pop this diff cover open. I've never looked in these, and in your regular like tool set like this, sorry it's so scattered and stuff, but anyway, if you have a tool set like this or a Traxxas one like that, your smallest bit will work instead of using the stock Allen wrench that comes with the truck as an RTR. So that was nice. I thought you had to buy a special screwdriver, but you don't. So you got a little bearing right there. Oh, there goes one of the screws. I'm going to set this on that. Alright, that's the worm drive system right here. Your spider gear technically. And then your pinion. Yeah, it's going to be hard to make this guy into 6x6. I ain't gonna lie. Now that I've taken it apart, I gotta figure something out. How I'm gonna do that. So that guy looks like he'll just slide right out. Maybe if I turn it a little bit, it'll come right out. Let's see here. If I can, with one hand. There we go. There's your worm gear / pinion gear. And then there's just your axle gear. It seems greased pretty good. There's a bearing down in there. Yeah, it's like a two-piece bearing, like a regular 1/10 scale axle. That's cool. I'm sure these axles will slide right out of it. So I'll do that. Take these screws off at the end here. And they come complete even with the nuts, the hexes, so that's cool. Alright guys, let me do that and I'll be right back. Alright guys, there's no way I could do this with one hand and film at the same time because you gotta pull it till this pops out, the bearing. But here's one of the little axles. It looks just like the 1/10 scale regular deadbolt or honcho, whatever. That's cool. Looks just like it. That's awesome. So yeah, it just slides right out of the diff and then slides right back in there. So that's cool. Alright guys, well I'm going to put this back together and then I'm going to take these off and then maybe show the installation of these going onto this barrage here, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, I want to point out something real quick with these axles. If you're going to put them on here, it does come with the ball stud on the front axle but not on the rear axle. They're supposed to be up here on the top, but they don't come with them for the rear. So if you go to, like, I don't know, add these axles or do whatever, you might need those, might not. Another thing is, see how this is a servo on axle and the barrage is servo on frame, but look at how it's mounted, your upper links. So that might be a problem. It might throw the pitch angle way down because these are shorter, but we may get away with flip-flopping these to get the angle pitch, hopefully. Plus we got those other links from this guy that go to the rear, which I should have bought another set of links that go to that for this guy, or another set of links for this guy, whatever. But I'm gonna make this servo go on that axle, so it'll be a servo and axle mount instead of a servo and chassis mount. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah. So far we're in luck. They both have the holes. Sorry guys, I can't get a good angle on that one. But anyway, you can see they're relatively the same. They have the same notch to it, same half moon. You know what I mean? So you see the holes in both. So the drive line should work. So let me set this guy down, set the old axle down, grab this guy. Hopefully it'll stay there good enough. Here's the drive shaft off the barrage. This is the stock one. See how it has a half moon shape in there? So let's see. Slide it on there, hopefully. Oh yeah, it fits like a glove. And it spins the axles. See the hexes? Man, that is awesome. Cool. Well, the drive lines fit so far. Alright, I'm gonna get that mounted in, and I'm about to drop in this axle here. I'm gonna have to take that servo out first, and we're gonna drop this bad boy in, and hope it works. did notice they didn't give me the screws right here for the lower links. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Let me flip this over, dump this stuff out. There we go. So yeah, those are just regular screws that are in at the bottom here. Yep. So I might have some extra ones, I hope, that are long enough. Too bad they don't sell a screw set for the scx24. That would be nice. Alright, I'll figure that out and I'll get back with you guys on that. Alright guys, I'm running in a bit of dilemma. On the barrage, it has a double ball stud. So it has two of them on there. One's for the link on the inside and then one's on the shock right there. Right? Well, this guy you cannot screw on there because it wants the link through that slot there, then the shock up here. Another problem is with these ball studs I have right here, or yeah, that one that I have right there will work for the shock, but this thread, the size of it's way too big to screw into that, right? Because there's the stock ones right there. You see how tiny that is compared to that? So I thought I came up with an issue, resolution is using that, and then these and the links, and then I was going to use these screws right here into this to mount it up, but I think I'm going to have to cut these off, this outer tab, use that double ball stud, put it back to the way it is like that, and then make this hole larger on the inside and screw it in, and then it'll go right up here, link, and then the shock right there. It'll still clear, you know, my steering and all that stuff. You know, you could probably trim this out. Now that I look at these axles, you could probably trim out this cup right here and get more steering radius out of this thing, or trim the axle itself. Yeah, I think it's the axle itself right here that hits. But yeah, anyway, so I hate to cut these. I really don't want to cut these up, but to give you guys the results and to see if it's the axles, which is gonna suck if it's not, and it is the tranny also, or maybe it's just the tranny and these barrage stock axles will work. I'll be really hurt of cutting this tab off to get that all to mount. So I hate to do it, guys, but I think I'm gonna do it. So I really don't want to do it, but I think I'm gonna have to. That way we can see how this works. And I think these axles are a little bit skinnier in width. I don't know, they're about the same. Just about, huh? Looks like it. Wow. Just the studs are a little longer on the, or axle shafts, I guess you could say, on the barrage, but really not by much. That's amazing. That's cool. Alright guys, I'm probably going to cut it and get it mounted, so sucks, I don't want to do it, but I guess that way we could find out together. I'm going to have to. Alright guys, got the axle on there, and I use those. I just did it on the outside anyway. I wallered out the holes a little bit bigger for the screws to fit, and it barely clears. I mean, it may touch, but barely. Still gets full lock, so that's cool. Same with the top, barely wallered them out to get those in. As you can see, the drive shaft angle is actually better than the barrage axles on it. The pitch is like straight, dead straight. I like that. That's cool. And yeah, you just trim out the top of that to get one of these servos to fit. And then you have to have longer screws, and that's how far it's going to stick out past it. But I'm telling you, these servos kick butt. You'll want to do it. There's a bunch of guys on the Facebook page that are doing it. I would have done it to that one, but I didn't think you could do it like that. For some reason I thought it was wider, but I didn't have it out and looked at it as good as I did with this one. And then we'll get the servo arm. It's like that, but that one, as you can see, is all messed up. A big giant screw at the bottom, so we can't use that. I have another arm that small that will fit on this to where I should be able to use the stock ball stud. I just gotta flip it around, put it on the outside, and screw it in that way, which would be better. So far we got the front axle installed here, so that's cool. We're almost there. Just gotta get the rear one on, and yeah. So I'll work on that, and then I'll get you guys back on when I get the rear installed on it too, and when I get the servo horn and steering hooked up, and then we'll fire her up and give her a test. Alright guys, these hexes are wider than the SCX10s. As you can see there, they're quite a bit wider. So I've been popping those off. I got these 3 on there with the barrage hexes on it. As you can see, that's one of the wider ones there. That's the stock one there, and they fit right on the axial axles. So I popped that one off, and then I grab this wider one right here. See how it doesn't have no edge on the inside? It'll be fine, it fits real close to it. So unlike those brass ones that people are having problems with, these fit right up against it. As long as you get the pin centered here. If I can get that centered. Yeah, it looks like it's all the way on there. No, it's not. I can't do it with one hand. Hang on. Okay, as you guys can see how tight it fits up against there? Fits up there snug. And then the nuts, they're flush. If my phone will focus here. Yeah, it doesn't want to, but you can barely see what I'm talking about. So we'll get the front on there. I'll show you guys how to bind this to your radio when you get a new one or whatever. And I'll show you how to bind it. Let me get the front tires on and we'll be ready to test her out. Alright guys, with those hexes, see how it makes the rim almost flush with the axle? See that? So definitely widen it up more, the stance. So to bind it to your ESC/receiver is you'll have that off. You'll turn this on at the same time you hold that down. This light will blink, then you turn on that and it'll bind it. That's how you bind this guy. Alright. So we got the steering now. Alright, let's see throttle. It's actually not too bad, but we're not trying to crawl serious stuff yet. But those axles do work. Yeah, I might have to get the tranny too, guys. But it's a heck of a lot better of an improvement versus those stock axles. Oh yeah, that's way better, man. I was barely touching it. That's killer. Yeah, I like that. So I think I just found the cure for the barrage here. Because look at that, it goes pretty good. I mean, that's pretty slow for it. Alright. Let's see, I don't know what we can try and crawl, guys. Hang on, let me figure out what we can try and crawl. Alright guys, I made an obstacle right here. We're going to drive both these guys. Mind you, this has BBs in the tires, taller tires. This one doesn't. Smaller tires. They're the low CB locks with whatever those tires are called, like the real Nightcrawler. So yeah, you gotta give it a little bit more, but I mean, it actually can crawl without having to go full speed into the dang thing. So this is a huge improvement, I think, guys. Huge improvement. I mean, look at that, just barely able to go, and it crawls it. I just gotta test to see if she gets hot. You know what I mean? The motor and all that. And make sure that stuff doesn't get hot. The knobs on the tire are sticking on my axle. Alright, there we go. And that's all the flex I have in the back, due to where I have these shocks mounted on these axles. So I may have to cut the plate and mount the ESC further back, or put the battery back there or something if I want more flex. But I kind of like how it stays there, but if I'm on a steep slope, it's going to roll all the way down. But that's a lot of trying to get a lot of angle out of that thing. But as you can see, it's definitely improved a lot. I mean, look at that. That's definitely helped. These axles have definitely helped. Oh, look at that, guys, just hanging that front tire for you guys. She's trying to show off. Oh, look at that. Uh-oh. Ready? Oh, got it. I don't know, you guys be the judge, but I think it's a heck of a lot better. It ain't the pinion, it ain't the tranny. It's those axles, what I'm seeing here. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but the proof is in the pudding right here. So, yeah, that's a little hard for it to crawl with short tires. But anyway, you guys get the gist of this little guy. It looks like it crawls a lot better, has a lot better throttle response. Oh, I know what it is. It's that servo screw that's sticking out. See that? Well, I'll just show you guys up close. I gotta trim that servo screw. That's what's hanging it up on everything. See that? Ah, come on. Right there. Yeah, that's what's stabbing in the pellet. Just stabbed in the cushion. Alright, there's that guy. So let's run the GMC Sonoma here. Let me switch hands. Sorry guys, this is a long video. It sounds smoother though with this tranny in it. So I might have to do the tranny in that guy, especially if it gets hot. It's a lot smoother. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot smoother. But I mean, still, dude, for that, that's awesome. Because the barrage never could climb with the junk. Oh, rolled it. She still survives though. Alright, I'm gonna keep this one the way it is, this truck here, because I have a second scx24 deadbolt coming in. Plus now I got this barrage. It seems like it's gonna do a lot better now, so that's nice. Oh man, she's trying to fall. There we go. Those BBs helped out, man, with this hard body though on top. I'll tell you that much. But it is smoother with this tranny. I will admit that. It is smoother. So I might have to put the tranny out of one of these guys in the barrage. But for now, I'll do a lot of testing. It seems like it's a heck of a lot better with these axles that are in there. So, man, I just love how it crawls even with this hard body. Oh, I thought I had it. I spoke too soon. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope it's educational, informational, and all that good stuff for you guys that are wanting to hop up the barrages, still keep them alive, I guess you could say. And I think I basically have found the trick to doing so. It's still not as smooth as a Sonoma, but everybody asks me too, how come the Sonoma is bigger looking? Well, it's a 1/20th scale. Okay. Oh, it's not a 1/24th. This is a 1/24th, and then when you dovetail stuff, it shortens it up. You know what I mean? Basically, doesn't look as big and boxy, if you will. It's like the same length as it would be as a 1/24th, but since it's dovetailed, it makes it look a lot smaller than what it is. But anyway, there you go, guys. You got to see both trucks run. Got to see the modifications on this barrage run, and I must say myself, man, it's a lot better versus what was in it. It's just, if it had bigger tires, it could do it a lot easier, and I think that tranny makes it more smoother than this stock transmission that's in it. But as you guys can tell, this thing crawls a lot slower and easier than what it did before. So just, man, those larger tires help a lot. in the 1/24th scale world, that's like 2 2s, and these are true 1/9s, maybe even 1/9s and 1/5s, if you will. But I mean, this thing's a hell of a lot better than what she was before, so I will give her that. You guys will be the judge, and let me know what you guys think. And if you guys want me to progress and get a tranny for it, especially if the temperatures get hot, I will. But if you guys want me to get a tranny for it and throw it in here, I'll get the skid plate too, and we'll do so, you know, just to give you guys that much more information and maybe even that much more reliability out of it. Oh, finally rolled it over. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Sorry it's a 30-minute long video, but you guys got to see how to do it, and cheap route. And I'm going to throw this servo, I got 6 of them, I'm going to throw a servo like this one into this guy. Do it the same way I did this guy. So, alright guys, thanks for tuning in. NMRC, we'll see you guys next time.